What happens when the school's biggest bully picks the wrong black girl to mess with? Sterling Heights Academy. Private, prestigious, and if you ask the right students, exclusive in all the wrong ways. It was a place where last names mattered more than first impressions, where who you were wasn't half as important as who you knew. And on a crisp Thursday morning, Sterling Heights was about to learn a lesson it wouldn't forget. It started like any other day. Chapter 1, the setup. Amara Johnson rounded the corner on the second floor, backpack slung over one shoulder, earbuds in as Kendrick Lamar's lyrics fueled her brisk pace. AP Calculus in 5 minutes. Quiz coming up. Zero time for distractions. But fate, or maybe something Messier, had different plans. Because there he was, standing dead center in the hallway, like a scene straight out of a corny villain movie, was Preston Langston. 6 feet 2 inches, blonde hair that was probably professionally maintained, muscles carved from years of football, and a grin that made most of the girls swoon, though not for the reasons they'd admit out loud. Preston was the king here, or at least he thought he was. And today, his sights were locked on Amara. She didn't need to hear his voice to know where this was going. Well, Preston drawled as he leaned lazily against the row of cherrywood lockers. His tone oozed arrogance, his words dipped in mockery. Look what we have here. You sure you're in the right place, Johnson? Students slowed their pace. Some stopped walking altogether. The hallway buzzed with unspoken anticipation. Nobody intervened. They knew better. Sterling Heights had unwritten rules, and rule number 1 was, if Preston Langston picked his target, you stayed out of it. Amara inhaled slowly, tightening her grip on her backpack strap. She wasn't in the mood. Not today. Move, she said, her tone even. I don't have time for your nonsense. Wrong answer. Preston's grin widened. You think you can talk to me like that? He took a step closer, his frame casting a shadow over her. You don't belong here, Johnson. This school isn't for people like. He shoved her, harder than necessary. Not hard enough to knock her down, but hard enough to make a statement. A warning, a challenge, a mistake. Gasps echoed through the corridor. Phones appeared in hands like magic wands. This wasn't bullying anymore. This was entertainment. Amara exhaled, tilting her head as her dark eyes locked onto his. You really don't want to do this, she said. Calm, dangerously calm. Preston chuckled. Or what? You gonna cry to teacher? Go ahead, little girl. And then he shoved her again, harder this time. Amara sighed. That was it. He'd asked for it. She dropped her backpack in one swift movement. Before Preston could blink, she grabbed his wrist, pivoted her hips, and flipped him over her shoulder like he weighed nothing. He hit the ground with a sickening thud. The hallway went silent. For the first time in his life, Preston Langston wasn't on top. He wasn't the king of anything. Flat on his back, he stared up at the ceiling, his mouth slightly open, his pride shattered into a million sharp little pieces. And then came the noise. Oh my God, someone shrieked. Then came the laughter. Then the applause. Then the cheers. Amara picked up her backpack, slung it over her shoulder, and stepped over him like he was a crack in the sidewalk. Told you, she said casually. The crowd erupted. High fives. Phones recording. Someone even shouted, World Star. Preston groaned as he rolled onto his side. His face flushed deep red. His fists clenched so tight his knuckles turned white. This wasn't over. Not even close. Chapter 2, Aftershocks. By lunchtime, everyone knew. There wasn't a single person in Sterling Heights who hadn't seen the video. Amara flipping Preston Langston had gone viral on every social platform. And the caption? Rich kid gets wrecked by black girl at elite private school. Comments rolled in faster than anyone could keep up. Yo, she's a ninja. Did you see that flip? She needs to teach me how to do that. For Amara, it was surreal. People who had never spoken to her before were asking to sit with her in the cafeteria. Students who'd spent years acting like she was invisible were now hanging on her every word. But not everyone was smiling. Preston wasn't humiliated. He was furious, and he wanted revenge. Chapter 3, The Invitation. By the next morning, Sterling Heights was still buzzing. Amara could feel the stares wherever she went. Some were admiring. Some were wary. Some were ominous. She ignored them, mostly, but maybe she shouldn't have, because when her phone buzzed during fourth period, the message was simple. Anonymous number. Meet me at the gym after school. No comidas. Let's settle this. She didn't hesitate. Of course, it was Preston. And of course, he wanted a rematch. She wasn't afraid. Maybe she should have been. Chapter 4. The Gym. Sterling Heights Academy's gym was massive. High ceilings, gleaming floors, championship banners swaying from the rafters. At 4:15 p.m., it looked empty. Emphasis on looked. Amara stepped inside, her sneakers squeaking faintly on the polished wood. The door slammed shut behind her. She wasn't alone. Big mistake coming here, Johnson, came Preston's voice. He stepped out from behind the bleachers. And he wasn't alone. Behind him were 3 guys. Jace, Ethan, Marcus. His boys. Big. Loyal. Dumb as bricks. 4 against 1. Cute. You must really be scared of me, Amara said, crossing her arms. Preston's face twitched. Shut up, he snapped. He took another step forward, his eyes darker, meaner. This isn't about fear. It's about respect. No, Amara said calmly. It's about revenge. Preston smirked. Call it whatever you want. Just know when this is over, you'll never forget your place. Her stomach twisted at those words. She'd heard them before. For people like him. People who thought they owned places like Sterling Heights. People who thought she didn't belong. She took a breath. Steady. Focused. Preston swung first. Sloppy. Wide. Full of rage. No control. She dodged easily. Amateur. Then Jace lunged. She ducked, swept his legs out from under him. He hit the floor with a grunt. Ethan came next. Tried to grab her from behind. Bad idea. She drove her elbow into his ribs. Hard. He doubled over, gasping. Marcus hesitated. Big mistake. She pivoted, kicked him square in the chest. He flew backward like a rag doll. 3 down. 1 left. Preston's face was pure fury now. He rushed her. Desperate. Wild. Weak. She dodged every punch. Then, bam. A quick, powerful kick to his gut sent him staggering. She grabbed his collar. Slammed him to the floor. Hard. He lay there stunned. She crouched next to him, her voice low and dangerous. Don't ever touch me again. Chapter 5. The Shift. The gym was silent. Preston groaned, rolling onto his side. His boys still lay on the ground, defeated. Humiliated. Again. By morning, Sterling Heights had a new queen. No one feared Preston anymore. They feared Amara. No one whispered behind her back. They whispered about what she might do if you cross her. And Preston? He learned the hard way. There are some people in this world you just don't mess with. Like what you read. Hit that subscribe button. More insane stories coming soon.